out of the FA Cup. Manchester City beat us 1-0. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, I'm annoyed. You know why? But let's talk about some of the other stuff also. Unfortunately, we lost, but there's some good things we can take out of that game. And it kind of makes me more confident going into that matchup on the 15th versus them. And Moises Caicedo has just requested a transfer request away from Brighton. He told Brighton his hopes are to be one of the highest noted Ecuadorian players to ever play the game. And another big news is that Gabriel Martinelli has just signed a new contract. All this plus more on Egal Talks Football. Let's get this show started. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe button, and you know what? It's gonna be up and down show. Let's go, people. Let's go. Yes, 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 people. So people are Elias, I see you in the comment section. People are here to celebrate the downfall. This is not the downfall. This is not the downfall. This is just the beginning of the monster that you guys are going to create. This is the beginning of the end for everybody. We're going to go ham. The Cronkies and the people who are in charge of Arsenal Football Club are going to see that game today versus Manchester City. And they're going to see the drop off from when Thomas Partey came off the pitch. They're going to see the drop off from for that second half. They're going to see the midfield situation. They're going to really deep it, and they're going to say to themselves, "We can't have Lokonga in this team in the second half of the season. We can't have Lokonga coming in as a substitution for Thomas Partey. It's nowhere. It's night and day. It is night and day. We cannot have that. You know what's going to happen? The Cronkies are going to see that performance and they're going to say to themselves, we went to Manchester versus Manchester City, a team that only made two changes. One of them was a goalkeeper, and went toe-to-toe with them with Lokonga and Rob Holding in the team. Lokonga and Rob Holding were in the team, and they only needed a barely one goal to win. This game gives me more confidence coming out of it, even though we lost, than before I went into it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I came out of this game with more positives than negatives. Even though we lost, and I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed that we lost. I felt like in the first half we were the much better team. We created the more threatening chances. Their goal, small margins, small margins. Listen, you win some, you lose some, but at the end of the day, I'm looking at this game in the grand scheme of things, and I'm saying to myself, we left Manchester with the loss, but I feel like going into the next game, psychologically, we know we can take these guys. We know we can take these guys. The fact that they only scored one goal at home versus Arsenal, a team that made so many changes. Let me tell you guys, Zinchenko was not in the team. Ben White was not in the team. Saliba was not in the team. You had what do you call it? No Odegaard in the team. You had no Gabriel Martinelli in the team, and you had no Ramsdale on the team. Six changes. Six changes. Manchester City only had two. Man City only had their goalkeeper who they changed. That's one. And if I'm not mistaken, the second one was one of the defenders, John Stones or something like that. And he's not even that big of a change. Let's be real. Or if you want to say Grealish or Foden, you want to force three changes. Sure, force three changes. The fact that we went toe to toe against this Man City team and we came out with one goal, I'm not too upset about the loss more than the fact that Lokonga second half performance was a shocker. It was a shocker. Like, how do you have that type of performance? Like, you are a professional footballer. I don't think you're making it at Arsenal. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And to the people saying weak mentality to try to move on, you have to move on. We have bigger fish to fry. You have to move on. It's not weak mentality to say brush yourself off and move on. Brush yourself off and go again. There's nothing wrong with that. The thing is, people have this thing is like, oh, you have to be miserable after a loss. You know what? You can lose a game and take something out of that game and be like, you know what? We know that we can take Man City. We know when they come to our house with a fully fit squad, we are going to beat them. Apparently, Partey is injured. What? I didn't hear nothing about Partey being injured. Are you sure? Are you sure Partey's injured? Don't scare me now. Don't scare me now. Don't scare me now. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear about Partey's injury. Don't tell me something that's not true. I'm looking it up. I don't see nothing about Thomas Partey's injury. I'm looking it up right now. I don't hear nothing about Thomas Partey's injury. I'm looking at it right now. All I hear about is Moisés Caicedo news. I don't hear nothing about a Thomas Partey injury. Don't scare me. Don't do that. That's not funny. Arteta says they will have an MRI scan. Oh my God. Oh my God. Is this for real? Oh my God. Thomas Partey is injured. Oh my God. Get me Moisés Caicedo right now. What the hell is this? When did he get injured? What the fuck? Thomas Partey's injured. Apparently Thomas Partey's injured. Mark Ogden just tweeted about it too. Where is it? Let me show you. Mark Ogden, where is it? Guys, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I'm hearing all about Mark Ogden, but fuck that for a second. Thomas Partey is injured. Breaking news. There's an injury concern about Thomas Partey. Just our luck. Just our luck. Injury concern for Thomas Partey. What the hell? What kind of injury did he get? What kind of injury did he get? This is what I need to find out. This is actually concerning now. What happened to him? I'm gonna see what is going on actually before I start freaking out. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what they're actually saying the issue is. Let's see what the actual issue is before we jump to conclusions. Arteta says that Partey has a rib has his rib area needs to be scanned. Rib injury. Update on Partey's injury. We need to know what the hell is going on with Partey. Yeah, so it's not looking good, people. It's not looking good. Rib injury. That's what they're stating. It could be a rib injury. Confirmed that Thomas Partey's injury is to the rib. A lot of the timeline significantly saying it's that area. Oftentimes, you can play through the pain managed and padding, but will allow more information before commenting further. Wow. Let me show you guys what I'm looking at, by the way, so you guys can see what I'm talking about. This is what I'm looking at. So there's Osman reported that Arteta said that the rib injury to Thomas Partey will need a scan. Obviously, Troops is worried. Fingers crossed Thomas Partey's injury isn't serious, 100%. Everyone put your injuries happen at times, could happen in training, marginal risk. Yep, 100%. Here's another one saying full quote on Mikel Arteta and Thomas Partey's injury. Annoyed. Let's hope Thomas Partey's injury isn't serious. That's all we can do. Let's just hope Thomas Partey's injury isn't serious. Oh my God, people, this is worrisome. This is worrying. I thought you guys were messing with me. Let's hope Thomas Partey's injury isn't serious. God. God. Yo, people. It's not that serious, bro. You know what it is? It's not that it's. Look, the drop off from Thomas Partey to Lokonga is so bad that it has me worried. It has me worried. You guys must be worried also as Arsenal fans. Rivals are dancing. Rivals are loving this. Rivals are bursting into tears, crying of laughter. That's what they are. But right now, okay. Let's see what you guys got to say in the comment section. If there's any comments that we need to get through. Some people saying Vieira and Lokonga, not good performances from them. Not good performances from them, might I say. Very, very poor performances from majority of those guys. Let's go through some of the stats from the game. Let's just go through some of the stats from the game before we go any further. Obviously, Nathan Aké is the lone goal scorer of the night. Did what he had to do. As you can see here, this was when the game changed. When Thomas Partey had to come off and Lokonga had to come on, it changed the game in the 46th minute, because the rest of the game we lost control of that game. As you can see here, they went with a very, very strong side, and I don't blame them. They went with a very strong side, and the matchup of the day was Rob Holding versus Haaland. And to be fair, Rob Holding did his job. He didn't let Haaland beat him. He didn't let him get ahead of him. He made sure he kept him in check to a certain degree, but then he got a yellow card, and the game was the game. Yeah, it's mad peak when Arteta took him off. I did not think it was anything like an injury. Yeah, I didn't think it was an injury either. But yeah, that's the worrying thing. But then you look at this team, right? Without Thomas Partey, you're bringing in Lokonga. Lokonga, if I'm not mistaken, how the hell did he have 100% pass accuracy? How? How did he have 100% pass accuracy? The guy, I swear to God, I witnessed the guy not control passes that were passed directly to him. What are they talking about? Also, another note, Kieran Tierney is clearly not suited to the way that we play with the inverted left back. Trossard was really good. Granit Xhaka was Granit Xhaka. He didn't do anything wrong. He didn't do. He's solid 7 out of 10 every game. Gabriel was good. I thought Matt Turner was the best player on the night for Arsenal. Saka was really quiet today. Didn't really have much going on. Eddie Nketiah quiet. Fabio Vieira was getting into the right pockets, but he didn't really have much end product. It was kind of sad. Overall, the game was the game. It was very poor. It was very poor from us in the final third. I felt like in the first half we were quite good in the final third, but in the second half we just didn't really do much. We didn't really bring much to the table. I was quite disappointed. Or it is what it is. What are you gonna do, right? Now let's look at the actual shots on target and everything. We had 5 shots, I think, to their 8. We had 5 shots to their 8, and if I'm not mistaken, our 5 shots mostly came in the first half. I don't think I think we only had 1 shot in the whole second half. Yeah, we only had 1 shot in the whole second half. And that shot was Fabio Vieira's volley that he took from distance from outside the box. I don't know why he did that. People saying Saka was pocketed by Aké. You know what? Aké had a good game. Aké had a good game. He had to defend Saka, and he scored a goal. I'll give it up to him. But to say he pocketed Saka, I don't know. You can run with that if you want to run with that. That's your agenda. Make sure you guys hit the like button, of course. Make sure you guys do hit that like button. Just before we move on to the rest of the news, because we got to talk about Caicedo, we got to talk about Martinelli's contract, we got to talk about so much other things than just the game. There's clearly an injury to a player that we need to discuss. That is a big deal. We got to talk about a bunch of these other things, but let me just get some of these things up on the table on the screen for you guys. So we can continue. I was quite disappointed I didn't get to see Phil Foden, because they always talk about Phil Foden this, Phil Foden that. So I'm like, let's bring Phil Foden out. Let's see what he could do. But he did. They didn't even need him in the game at the end of the day. Where is the? You know what? We're gonna save that for later. Let's go straight into the first talking point I want to talk about is What did you guys think about this matchup here? I thought this matchup was the whole first half. The whole first half, this matchup had me worried. This matchup was what I was looking at. But to be fair to Rob Holding, he picked up a yellow card and he didn't get sent off. He made sure he kept Haaland in front of him. He was extremely physical with him. It kind of reminded me of the Diego Costa battles that he had with Diego Costa. He kind of frustrated Haaland, elbowed him, I think, once and made him drop. He kind of showed that Haaland was human. But to be fair, in the 90 minutes, Haaland didn't really have a chance. Haaland didn't really have a chance. I know there were some fouls in there, and it could have been a thing, but Holding did relatively okay. Majority of that first half was worrisome at times, but he didn't let Haaland get past him. He was physical with him. He was strong with him. He kept him in check. But of course, yes, I agree. Rob Holding is not good enough in the long run, 100%. But he did not get scored on. He did not get beat. He might have been shaky, but he never folded. He stayed strong, and he had to get subbed off because he had a yellow card. He wouldn't have survived the full 90, but for the time that he played, it was okay. Once Saliba came on, yeah, he locked him down. Saliba came on, he locked him down. The game was done. Haaland's night was done. He was in a pocket. He couldn't go anywhere for the rest of the night. Rob Holding made his night a little bit more fun, but when he came on, made a different situation. Now, this one here is a different situation. You have John Stones and Trossard, two different stories of the night. Stones gets injured and gets sent off. I mean, Stones gets injured and he leaves the game, where Trossard was our most creative player on the night. Trossard was the most creative player. He had a shot. I think he created two chances. He out of our 5 shots in the game, he created 3 of them, right? He was involved in 3 of them, right? This was a guy who was extremely threatening when it came onto the other side of the pitch. He didn't actually like complete dribbles or anything like that, but it was every time he had the ball, you kind of felt like he was going to get something off from it. Trossard, in the minutes that he played, what was it, 60 something minutes? He looked good in those 60 minutes. You got to give it to him. Trossard problem was Kieran Tierney. I agree. Kieran Tierney did not look so good. Kieran Tierney looked concerning to me. I was a little concerned about Kieran Tierney. I was a little concerned about what's going on with Kieran Tierney. We need to see what happens there. We need to see what happens there. We need to see what happens there. I am concerned that Kieran Tierney might not be part of the plans long term. I really don't think he's part of the plans long term. I think Kieran Tierney is going to be somebody who we look to move on in the summer. That is the reality at this moment in time. But Trossard was good. You got to give it up to Trossard. Let me know, people, what you guys think. Spot on. Trossard playing with Zini will be a menace for this team. 110%. 110%. Trossard will be a menace in this team. Now, I just want to tell you guys, the best chance of the game fell to Eddie Nketiah, and it was a tough chance to score. But once Eddie Nketiah shot the ball and he wasn't in front of goal, and it was just a little bit wide, we didn't have another chance from that moment in the game. Just to remind you guys, we had in the 33rd minute, Eddie Nketiah used his right foot and missed from inside the 5-yard box. If he could have got it on target, it was guaranteed a goal. That was the chance of the game. Unfortunately, it was missed. Trossard also had a chance in the 21st minute where he took it with his left foot, didn't score that. You had Saka, who had a chance in the 14th minute, which was blocked from a situation where it was like set piece situation almost. Then you had Tomiyasu in the 5th minute, had a chance also blocked. No, that wasn't blocked. That was saved from the goalkeeper, straight at the goalkeeper, saved. And then obviously Fabio Vieira was the final shot of the game in the 60th minute, couldn't do nothing more. The shot just went wide, and it is what it is. How come Egal didn't highlight Saka versus Aké matchup? Like he didn't with the others. I did. I did highlight the Nathan Ake thing. I spoke about Nathan Ake. Nathan Ake did good. He won them the game. He kept Bukayo Saka in check. But I really do believe the way that they stopped Bukayo Saka was they didn't have to worry about Fabio Vieira. The difference with Bukayo Saka and Odegaard is they have that chemistry. They have that matchup. They know each other well to the point where they know where they're going to be. They know when to overlap, when to stay, when to go, when to drive. And when you have Martin Odegaard and Bukayo Saka on the same side, you're creating overloads and you're creating problems for that team. Where when you have Bukayo Saka and Fabio Vieira, it kind of seems like they're not meshing. They don't know when to go, when to stay, who to do what. That's the kind of situation that you find yourself in. And it was quite annoying at times because I'm looking at it and I'm saying to myself, you could have done better there. You could have done so much better there. But yeah, that is a situation. And it's annoying. It's hella annoying that we lost this game. But at the end of the day, it's not the end of the world. That's all I want to make sure people understand. It's not the end of the world. Just because we lost this game doesn't mean we're now going to go and lose 7 or 8 more games in a row and everything's a nightmare. That's not the situation that we currently find ourselves in. So we need to relax, calm down, and understand that there is light at the end of the tunnel. Now, talking about light at the end of the tunnel, before we go any further, make sure you do hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're now going to talk about Gabriel Martinelli. We're going to shift away from the game. I'll do a quick player rating for the game. Let me know what you guys think about the player ratings. Man City, Arsenal player ratings. Let me just get this up quickly. Man City, Arsenal player ratings. Guys, give me your thoughts on the game. Give me your player ratings on the game quickly as I go ahead and I give you mine. First things first, let's go to the player ratings, people. Give me your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you guys thought about the game. Player ratings, people. What are you guys going to give to Matt Turner? Let me know what you guys think about Matt Turner. I thought Matt Turner was really good in the basically the fact is I thought he was good at running out, making sure he was a sweeper keeper in the first half. Every time the ball came, he was doing well. He came and claimed some high shots. He punched some away. He collected them. He did pretty good. Every time he had the ball, he was commanding in his box. I felt like he did an okay job. Even though he conceded a goal, I felt like he was really good. Overall, I'm going to give Matt Turner a 7. What do you guys think about Matt Turner getting a 7? Not 8. I'll give him a 7. What do you guys think about Matt Turner getting a 7? Do you think that's fair? Or some people saying Matt of the match performance like 8? Okay, I'm willing to go 7.5. 7.5. I think that's fair. I think that's fair for Matt Turner. I don't think anyone really deserves an 8 in this game. I don't think there's no 8s in this game, but 7.5 is fair. People saying 6.5 for Tomiyasu. We're gonna get onto some of those guys, but yeah, let's just go to 7 and understand that he is 7.5, and he's probably one of the highest scoring players in the game. Then we go to Tomiyasu. What are we giving Tomiyasu, people? I'm saying Tomiyasu 6.5, 6.5. You guys are giving Tomiyasu 6.5, 6. Let's give Tomiyasu a 6. Is that fair? 6, 7. No, 7 is too high. I'm gonna go 6 for Tomiyasu. 6.5. 6.5 is fair. 6.5 or 6. 6.5 or 6. What do you guys say? 6.5 or 6. You know what? I'm gonna reserve the 6.5s for people who I think deserve it a little bit more. So I'm gonna give him a 6. Rob Holding. Rob Holding is gonna get a 5.5. I felt like he did good, but he didn't do good enough to deserve a 6. What are you guys saying for Rob Holding? Rob Holding, people. We got some people saying 7s, 5s, 6.5s, 6, 2, 3, 5. Wow, you guys are being tough on Rob Holding. Maybe I should lower it a little bit just because you guys are doing that. But 5, let's just say average, bang average. Bang average. How about that? 3. Wow, you guys are harsh. I don't think he's a fail grade. He got a yellow card, but like I'm gonna go as low as 5. How about that, guys? I'm gonna go as low as 5 for Rob Holding. I'm gonna go for 5 for Rob Holding. I feel like Gabriel. What? They gave him a 6? They gave him a 6? How are they giving him a 6? Okay, Gabriel Magalhaes. I'm gonna start with a 6 for Gabriel Magalhaes. Let's see what you guys give Gabriel Magalhaes. Xhaka was our best player. We haven't gotten to Xhaka yet. 7, he kept the cyborg quiet. 6, 6. I felt like you could even give him a 6.5 and fair and be considered fair. 6.5, 6.6, 6, 7, 6. Okay, let's move Gabriel up to a 6.5. If you guys want to give him a 6.5, let me know what you guys saying. 6, 6.5, 6.75, 5, 7. We'll move Gabriel up to a 6.5. Okay, we'll move Gabriel up to a 6.5. Tierney. I'm gonna start Tierney at a. I'm gonna start Tierney at a 5. You guys, let me know if he should go up or down. Let me know if Kieran Tierney should go up and down from a 5. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, he's not worse than Holding, but he's in and around Holding's level. What he performed like yesterday, today, he was not that good. Very, very worrying signs for Kieran Tierney going forward if he's going to be part of this team long term. 4, 5, 2, 5, 3, 1. Wow, Kieran Tierney is not getting much love. We're just gonna lock in the 5, or should we? Since we gave Rob Holding a 5, we can give him a 5.5 if you guys want. Let me know. Is Kieran Tierney deserving of a? He was worse than Holding. Ooh, okay. Let's just give him that 5 then. Let's give him that 5. We're going to stick with the 5, and we're going to move on to the next one. Oh yeah, he kept Mars quiet. That's not what we were focused on though. He was making a lot of mistakes. Thomas Partey, solid performance. I'll give him a 7. I'm just gonna keep it moving from that. I don't think anybody needs to worry about that. Xhaka, one of the more solid players in the night. I think he deserves a 7. Do you guys disagree with Xhaka getting a 7? I think Xhaka deserves a 7. No question about it, in my opinion. Xhaka gets a 7. Let's go to the players that we need to talk about more. Fabio Vieira. What did you guys think of Fabio Vieira's performance, people? Let me know. I'm starting Fabio Vieira at a 6. You guys can let me know if he goes up or down. 6.5, actually. I'll start Fabio Vieira at 6.5 for Fabio Vieira. I felt like he could have done better with that shot that he had at the end of the game. The last chance of the game, he had an opportunity to bring the ball down, use his left foot, and maybe strike it a little bit more clean. But instead, he decided to just slice it a half volley, and it kind of left him with no control of the ball in the air. So hence, it went wayward. So I think it's anywhere between a 6 to 6.5. I'm willing to give him, even as low as a 5.5. But I think 6 is fair for Fabio Vieira. Overall, the run of the game, he wasn't that bad. He played the full 90. We had majority of the control of the game, and he was part of the passing plays and everything else. He did do some good jobs defensively. I didn't really notice him making too many misplaced passes throughout the 90 minutes, and I feel like overall he was okay. So I'm just gonna give him a 6. You guys let me know if you guys disagree. Yes, most of you guys are somewhat agreeing with me with the Fabio Vieira. Most of the people are getting onto Lokonga. We're gonna get onto Lokonga later, people. We're not there yet. Saka, poor performance from Saka. It's not his regular self. Give him a 5.5. Let me know what you guys think about 5.5 for Bukayo Saka. People are saying he's lightweight. Yeah, Fabio Vieira is lightweight. We know that. He needs to get in the gym. We know he needs to get in the gym. I refuse to rate Lokonga. You know what? We're going to give Lokonga a 0. How about that? Give Saka a 5.5. Give Trossard. Trossard gets a 6.5. No, Trossard gets a 7. Trossard was solid. And then Eddie Nketiah. I don't know what to rate Eddie Nketiah. If I gave Saka a 5.5, I'm going to give Eddie Nketiah a 6. Just so we can get to Lokonga. Lokonga gets a 0, right? Right, guys? Lokonga gets a 0. What does Lokonga get? What do we rate Lokonga, people? Do we even rate Lokonga? By the way, I'm gonna rate Saliba. I'm gonna give him a solid 7. He came in. He didn't do a foot wrong. Solid 7 for Saliba. No issues from Saliba. But what the hell does Lokonga get? I'll give him 0.5 just because I can't give him 0. What do I give Lokonga? Like, the guy needs to be sold. He needs to be sold. He lacks confidence. He needs game time. He's not going to get it at Arsenal. And I feel like he's a confidence player at this point, because when you see him playing for Arsenal, you don't see a player who even looks like a shell of what he's supposed to be. He's misplacing simple passes. He's receiving the ball under no pressure and immediately worrying about people around him before he even gets the ball under control and then passes it away scaredly to his teammates. I'm extremely concerned about him. Some people saying 3, 2. Why is Saliba getting a 2? Saliba was solid. Let's give Lokonga a 2. You guys are saying give him a 2. I was too harsh. I was giving him 0.5. You guys are giving him a 2. 3. You're raising his score even more. Wow. Reminds me of Halep. Who reminds you of Halep? What? Oh, Trossard reminds you of Halep. Trossard is quality, bro. Trossard is quality. But yeah, let's move on to Lokonga. Lokonga's gonna get a 2, mate. Lokonga's gonna get a 2. He gave Lokonga a 6. He gave Lokonga a 6. What? Oh my days. Zinchenko came into the game late. I'm gonna give Zinchenko a 5. Martinelli came into the game late. I'm gonna give him a 5. They subbed into the game a little bit later in the game. Oh wait, Martinelli was good. I should have given him a higher score. My bad. I completely forgot about Martinelli. Came into the game a lot later, but it was a lot better. Let me just move on because I needed to move on quickly. So yeah, just to give you guys a quick synopsis, Matt Turner gets a 7.5, Tomiyasu 6.5, Matt Turner 7.5, Tomiyasu 6, Rob Holding 5, Gabriel Magalhaes 6.5, Tierney 5, Partey 7, Xhaka 7, Vieira 6, Saka 5.5, Trossard 7, Eddie Nketiah 6, Lokonga 2, Saliba 7, and then the other 2s, I didn't really grade them properly, so we just keep it moving from there. But yeah, let's now get into the interesting stuff, people. Should we begin with Caicedo or should we begin with Martinelli's contract? You know what? I'm going to save the Caicedo stuff for later. We'll go straight into Martinelli's contract. Then we'll go into the Caicedo chat in a second. Let's go straight into the Martinelli contract. Guys, Gabriel Martinelli has agreed a new contract. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Gabriel Martinelli has agreed a new contract at Arsenal Football Club. Yes, people, he has done it. He's agreed to sign a new contract at Arsenal. This is massive for us. This is massive for him. This is massive for everyone at the football club. This is exactly what I was waiting for. Exactly what I was waiting for. This is exactly what we were waiting for. This is exactly what we wanted at Arsenal Football Club. We have needed him to sign his contract, and he's now signed it until 2027. So what you guys need to know about the situation is that Gabriel Martinelli has agreed a 4.5-year contract, which means for the remainder of this season and an additional 4 seasons, he'll be here until 2027. His contract is extended until 2027. We did have an option for 2 years remaining on his deal, but we basically added an additional 2 years to what he currently has, right? He will be receiving new terms to his agreement, which was, if I'm not mistaken, he was rumored to be getting around, around 200 or 180, some anywhere between 200 and 180, something like that. That's where he's rumored to be getting. So give or take 40k a week, between 220 and 180, somewhere in between there. Hopefully that's where he's rumored to be getting his contract. His contract will be running until 2027, and there you go. That is all we need to know about Gabriel Martinelli's contract situation. If I'm not mistaken, this is one step closer to now getting Bukayo Saka and Saliba also tied down to new contracts, because with the contract situation of Gabriel Martinelli, we now know we are one step closer to now getting the other 2 signed down, because they're doing them based on priority of urgency. We knew that Martinelli was going to be the easiest to get done, so we get Martinelli's done, then we shift over to Saliba and Bukayo Saka. That is the plan long term. It is great to see. And also, if you guys don't remember, this is good to see also, because he basically already said that he's a Gooner and he's happy to be at Arsenal.
This is my club. I love to be here. I love the city. I love the club. I love everything about Arsenal. So I want to stay. I'm very happy.
I just need to get a pen.
Yeah, I just need to get a pen.
Man of his word. He said he just needed to get a pen and sign it, and he literally just got a pen and he signed that contract. That is what he did. So big up to Gabriel Martinelli for getting the contract over the line. Big up to him for getting everything sorted. I'm extremely happy that he's gotten what he's gotten that sorted and over the line. We knew about this a couple days now. We knew that it was coming, but now that it's actually done and over the line, it's good to hear and it's good to see. Now, Mikel Arteta has spoken about Thomas Partey's supposed rib injury. Let's see what Mikel Arteta had to say about Thomas Partey's rib injury. This is what Mikel Arteta had to say on Thomas Partey's rib injury. Mikel Arteta said he felt something and we did not want to take any risks, so he couldn't continue. He had some discomfort and it was getting worse and worse. Obviously, tomorrow or the day after, he will have an MRI scan to see what he has. Hopefully tomorrow when he gets the scan, we find out that it's nothing. Hopefully that's what we find out. Tomorrow when the scan is done, we find out that it's nothing to worry about. That is what I'm hopeful about. That is what I'm hoping. That is what I'm hoping, because at this moment in time, we are in the unknown. We don't know if it's going to be something worse, or we can't hope for the worst. Obviously, we have to hope for the best. That's the plan. Hope for the best, and expect. No, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to expect the worst. I'm just going to hope for the best. That's all I'm going to hope for. Hopefully he's okay. Hopefully Thomas Partey's rib injury is nothing of concern at this moment in time. And yeah, man, it's concerning, of course, that he has a rib injury, but we gotta wait and see how serious the injury can be. Let's see. Rib injuries are usually 3 to 6 weeks. Gunnerveld says, "Oh, imagine if he's out for 6 weeks. We need to go sign a midfielder ASAP. We need to go sign a midfielder ASAP. We need to go sign a midfielder ASAP. That's what we need to do. We need to go drop that money and get ourselves a midfielder as soon as possible. That's what we need to do. We need to go drop that money and get a midfielder as soon as possible. Could that midfielder be Moises Caicedo? Could that midfielder be... let's see who that midfielder could be. First, I'm going to start with this man here. Real Sociedad's Martin Zubimendi has a 60 million release clause, and Arsenal have reportedly told him that they'd be willing and interested in release clause, and they said to sign him this month. Sociedad were aware of Arsenal interest and are confident of keeping Zubimendi this month. So the rumor has it that Barcelona are interested in Zubimendi. Reports are that he's already promised Arsenal reports were that Arsenal were rumored to have already promised that they're willing to trigger his release clause, right? What? Did you check the Daily Mail? Jose wants back in the Premier League to Chelsea. No, it is what it is. Let him do his thing. Man United, big up my guy. But yeah, let's get back to what I was saying. So this is Martin Zubimendi. I've done a video on him. I've done a YouTube short on him. Martin Zubimendi is one of the midfielders that we're currently linked to. He's a defensive midfielder. He has a release clause of 60 million euros, which is around 55 million pounds. If you could consider the fact that we just bid 60 million pounds for Caicedo today, we could get this deal done swiftly. Basically, you trigger the release clause, he's your player. So Real Sociedad, if we want to agree and get the player over the line, we could easily do that, and he could be our backup to Thomas Partey. Or in this case, if Thomas Partey is injured, he could be the Thomas Partey replacement. Now, with that being said, we already know about all these other stuff. There is the other rumor here. Ibrahima Bamba. Now, I'm just going to tell you guys, the 20-year-old midfielder is very lightweight and would not be ready to play in the Premier League right away. Hence why I don't think Arsenal are serious about signing Ibrahima Bamba. The situation with Ibrahima Bamba is yesterday we were linked to Ibrahima Bamba, and reports were that he has a release clause of 30 million euros and we could get him over the line imminently. Now, his agent was in London, and for some reason his agent was in London and could be working out a move for him or another player. I don't think for 1 second Arsenal are serious about Ibrahima Bamba. or else I would have told you guys this a long time ago, or he would have been in the title of the video. Ibrahima Bamba is a young player. He's another Lokonga, maybe even worse than Lokonga, because he's extremely lightweight. This is a 6'2" midfielder who's only 158 pounds, 160 pounds for a guy who's 6'2". Nah, too skinny for me. But yeah, it is what it is. I don't think this deal is actually serious, and we even are hearing reports today that there's not too much from that news in the first place. Then we're hearing about oh no, that's something else. So yeah, let's go to this. So Fabrizio Romano reports that Arsenal have bid for Moisés Caicedo. Then Arsenal have their bid for Moisés Caicedo rejected, and David Ornstein reports that and says that Brighton are in a position to sell, are in a position that Moisés Caicedo is not for sale in January. That will not change, reportedly by David Ornstein, right? So from there, we also hear that Caicedo is desperate to force a move to either Arsenal or Chelsea by the end of the transfer window, and the Sports Mail understand that Caicedo is prepared to put in a transfer request to secure his dream move to the London clubs, either Chelsea or Arsenal. And this is where we are right now, and we find ourselves in this situation where the player is putting it into his own hands and saying to himself, I want to leave Brighton, to the point where I will put in a transfer request to leave. Now, let's continue. Arsenal have made a £60 million offer for Caicedo. The offer will not be accepted by Brighton, but Arsenal are set to improve the offer around 80 million to tempt Brighton into selling the player, coming from Samuel McAlby. Then you have another one here saying Albert Samuel Lokonga's proposal from Monaco was around 8 million euros for the player, and Arsenal, of course, swiftly rejected the bid because currently Lokonga is our only midfielder after Thomas Partey, because Mohamed El-Neni currently has a long-term injury. Then you go up here where people need to discuss Moisés Caicedo to Arsenal, because this is actually a real possibility at this point. Moisés Caicedo to Arsenal is a real possibility. The reason why I say that, he himself would be down for the move. Fabrizio Romano on his YouTube channel then says this: Arsenal have made an official bid for Caicedo for around 60 million guaranteed, no add-ons included. Now let's see if add-ons will need to close the deal with Brighton, maybe to push again. Arsenal are going to have to be very serious, which Arsenal are. Then this right here is massive news. Massive news. Arsenal's interest for a move for Declan Rice, regardless of their outcome of their pursuit for Moisés Caicedo. So regardless of what happens with Moisés Caicedo, we still want Declan Rice. We still want Declan Rice, even though, look, the exact words, the move for Declan Rice, regardless of the outcome from Moisés Caicedo. This is showing a massive statement of intent. This is a massive statement of intent, people. The reason why I say this is a massive statement of intent, imagine we could now go and drop that money on Moisés Caicedo, and we can drop that money on Declan Rice, and we could have our midfield sorted with Thomas Partey, with Declan Rice, with Caicedo, Xhaka, you have Odegaard, and you have Fabio Vieira. That is a massive six. We have two players in each position in the midfield, and they're all quality. That would be a massive statement. 100% Diego Costa, number 19. Massive statement if we can get that done. 15K a week. Bro, who's on 15K a week? Explain. Who's on 15K a week? Let me know. Then, let me tell you guys what happened. Obviously, the Man City game happened. We lost the Man City game, right? Trossard, Trossard's a good signing. I'm not going to lie. Trossard's a good signing. He's looking good. Then this one comes out 9 hours ago. Arsenal have made a £60 million bid, obviously rejected, insists not to sell. Brighton are not going to sell, Brighton are not interested in selling. Arsenal are now considering whether to increase the offer or to go for Martin Zubimendi. As I mentioned to you guys earlier, the guy from Real Sociedad who has the £57 million release clause. So he has a £57 million release clause. We know about the situation with him. We know about the situation with Moisés Caicedo. At this moment in time, we know that Arsenal has plenty of different targets that they could go for. This right here is sad. This right here is sad. Emile Smith Rowe is out for the Man City game. If you guys don't know, Emile Smith Rowe is injured. And he is out again due to precautionary reasons. They were worried that he was going to injure himself again. So for precautionary reasons, Emile Smith Rowe sat out versus Manchester City. Hence why he wasn't in the team sheet. Hence why he wasn't in the game. Hence why he wasn't even traveling with the team to Manchester. Emile Smith Rowe can't catch a break at this moment in time. I really do feel sorry for the guy. I really do feel sorry for Emile Smith Rowe. It's a situation where I constantly see precautionary reasons next to his name, but it's getting to a point where it's like, when are we going to see him back on the pitch? And he shouldn't be rushed back, but at this moment in time, your blinker should be on, and you should be a little bit concerned that he is continuously still injured from that one injury. He's not fully healed yet. When you're fully healed and you come back, we can understand it. But imagine, this was a guy who was one of our highest goal scorers last season. This was one of the players who was part of that core. Martinelli couldn't get a game because Emile Smith Rowe was so good. But now Emile Smith Rowe is not even an option on the bench because he's not yet fit. We've been one of the best teams in the Premier League without Emile Smith Rowe this season. Can't wait for Emile Smith Rowe to come back. But damn, Emile Smith Rowe has been unlucky with injuries. He's not finished. Come on, bro. He's not finished. He's not Jack Wilshere vibes. He's not. But it's unfortunate at this moment in time that he's continuously picking up situations where he has a thigh injury, he had a groin injury, he had to get groin surgery. Now he's having precautionary reasons he's out again. When are we going to get to see him back on the pitch? I just want to see him back on the pitch. He played against Oxford United. I think that's the only time I've seen him play this whole season. Has he played another game? I don't think so. So yeah, let's move on. Let's move on. So understood. Yo, guys, Chris Wheatley's back. Chris Wheatley's back. Yeah. Chris Wheatley is back, and it's understood that Moises Caicedo is keen to a move to Arsenal this week, and his former teammate Trossard arrived in North London. So that is interesting. Then we're going to move on to this one right here. Brighton midfielder Moises Caicedo has handed in a transfer request. No, he's ready to hand in a transfer request after the bids from Arsenal and Chelsea have been rejected, and expected to come with a new offer and then before next week's deadline of Tuesday. Yep, the window closes soon, and we need to get that deadline in. Obviously, we already spoke about Martinelli's new contract. Then we hear about this. This is ESPN giving an update. These updates are very similar, people, and they keep happening. They just keep saying Brighton are not willing to let him go. Let's keep moving, keep it moving, keep it moving, keep it moving. Then the game happens, and immediately after the game is done, we need to go to Instagram now. Now we need to go to Instagram. The reason why, we need to go to Moises Caicedo. We need to go to Moises Caicedo's Instagram for the next thing. The next thing that I'm about to show you guys is, oh yeah, it's Moises. Moises, my bad. I might be pronouncing his wrong name. Moises Caicedo. Okay, so he has pinned the game where he played against Arsenal at the Emirates, and he's pinned the game. He's pinned Ecuador, and then this is the next message. This right here is his transfer request. He has requested. This is what he wrote. This is what Moises Caicedo has wrote. This is his transfer request away from Brighton. This is it. He has requested a transfer away from Brighton. He hopes that Brighton find a way to move him on to the next club that he wants to go to. Let's now read what he's put. I'm grateful to Mr. Bloom and Brighton for giving me the chance to come to the Premier League, and I feel like I've always done my best for them. I always play football with a smile and with my heart. I'm the youngest of 10 siblings from a poor upbringing in Santo Domingo, Ecuador. my Santa, yeah, did I spell it? Did I pronounce that right? Yeah. My dream was always to be the most decorated player in the history of Ecuador, right? I am proud to bring to you a record transfer fee for Brighton, which would allow them to reinvest it and help the club continue to be successful. The fans have taken me into their hearts, and they will always be in my heart. I hope they can understand why I want to take up this magnificent opportunity. And that's it. He put a picture of Brighton, and that's what he posted. That's what he posted. He put a picture of Brighton, and that's what he posted. That's his transfer request. He not only did he post this on his Instagram, but he also posted this on his Twitter. He posted it on both his platforms. This is his transfer request, people. This is his transfer request. This is what he wanted. This is what he wants. He wants to leave Brighton. He wants to go to play football elsewhere now. And he wants to leave. And he just hopes that Brighton can find him, can agree a fee for a club, and he can move on. That is what he's hoping for. I think the thing that set him over the edge is the Arsenal bid. Now that he has had 2 massive bids come in, he now wants to leave. But yeah, tell him Todd B is coming. You got Chelsea fans ready. Chelsea fans ready. Yeah, you got Chelsea fans ready. Defo, Chelsea or Arsenal. Yeah, I don't see. We let Mudryk post fool us. Yeah, we get fooled once, shame on you. Fooled twice, shame on me. Like, I don't know if he wants to join Arsenal per se, but it is clear that he wants to go somewhere. What the hell? Hold up. Wait a minute. What just happened? What just happened? Brighton just signed a midfield. Brighton just signed somebody. Oh no! It's a center back. What am I talking about? Yeah. So Brighton just signed a center back from Shakhtar. Yeah, he's a center back. But yeah, I don't see what I'm looking for. Where is it? What's this? This can't be serious. This can't be serious. What is it? The top earners in the Premier League. Liverpool top earners according to thing. What about that? I don't even get some of these things don't make sense. What is this? Caicedo, I've say thank you to Potter and Chelsea, one of the best teams in the world. Nobody would turn down offer from Chelsea or any other club like that. But I'm really happy at Brighton. Tell Ole. What? What is this? Oh, this is in September when he was linked to Manchester United. I'm tripping. Yo, I'm tripping. When I seen Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I was like, what? What the hell is happening? Have we gone back into time where Ole's the manager at Manchester United? What the hell is going on? But yeah, yeah, we already know about what he said. Let's see what the Brighton manager said. This is what the Brighton manager had to say about the situation. because he's now had to deal with this twice, with Trossard and now with Caicedo. Yeah, this is old. Get with the times. Yeah, Elliot, I know. Someone retweeted it. That's why. Then you got their managers saying 60 million bid for Arsenal for Caicedo. He's only focused on Brighton, understands that he has a chance to go to a very big team, and I hope that he can stay with us until the end of the season. My opinion, this is the best situation for him and us. I don't know. I smell cap. I don't know about you guys. I smell cap. What else do we see? Yeah, the guy's handed in a transfer request. He wants to join one of Arsenal or Chelsea. They're the two teams that are actually serious about submitting a bid for him. We're gonna have to wait and see what happens and who actually places that bid in. For now, we're just gonna have to wait and see. He submitted the transfer request. There's nothing else we can do. We now know where things lie. We now know how much Brighton wants. We know what is happening. Arsenal are set to submit an improved bid, as we can see here. Arsenal are set to submit an improved bid. Don't be surprised if Chelsea also come in and submit a crazy bid. At this moment in time, anything is possible. Chelsea could come in and submit 100 million. For all we know, Chelsea could come in and drop 87 million on the player. We don't know. All we know is Todd Bowley's hungry for signings. Arsenal are hungry for Premier League medals. Both teams are hungry. It's just who's going to be hungry enough to go drop that money on the table. Let's see. Let's wait and find out. For now, if you're in the chat, if you're in the chat and you want to jump in, you can jump in. Now we're waiting for that. We're waiting for you first. At this moment in time, it seems like this whole hijacks. Chelsea love a hijack. Chelsea love to hijack signings. That's just the reality. Chelsea love hijacking signings. They get a thrill from hijacking signings. This window has been the window of hijackings. Think about it. You have the hijacking of Mudryk. You have the hijacking of Spurs getting a thing from Everton. Reportedly, Brighton might have gotten McAllister to sign a new contract. They might have gotten him to sign a new contract. That is a situation. McAllister is next to be sold. We'll see. I don't think they're going to sell all their best players. Come on. Surely they need to be somewhat competitive still this season. They're not going to get rid of all their best players, right? My guy lives in Turkey. It's like saying, do you think there are no Christmases in Turkey? What? Obviously, there are Christians here, but footballers from Turkey that are Muslim are known. LOL. No, of course, there's Christians. There's Christians in Turkey. Turkey's not 100% all Muslim country. He won the World Cup. He wants ambition and trophies. We'll see. We'll see where he ends up. I think he might have signed a new contract. You never know. I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like I read somewhere that McAllister, if I'm not mistaken, McAllister signed a new contract. Let me see. I don't know. I swear I heard that he signed a new contract, but I don't know. Let's wait and see. McAllister. No, that's a different McAllister. That's a rugby player, McAllister, who signed a contract. We're gonna have to wait and see. But yeah, guys, Egal, that comment was for Thunder Roads to me, not my guy. Okay. Look, I'm going to head out, guys. You guys have yourselves a wonderful day. Honestly, love and respect to all you guys who watch the channel. Really do helps me out a lot, especially with talking about football and everything else. I love talking to you guys about it. Let me know how you guys are feeling about the game. Let me know what you guys think about all the transfers and everything that's floating about at this moment in time. I'm going to leave you guys with this. I got a couple more videos I can do this week on transfer stuff. And if you guys want me to do a recap of all the FA Cup games, let me know, because honestly, I feel like the FA Cup is not as exciting as the Premier League, obviously. So there's not really a reason to do a review to every single Premier League game like there would be for the FA Cup. But yeah, big up to Elliot in the chat. Really do appreciate it. Big up to everyone in the chat. And yeah, I'm not down about losing to Man City. I'm down because we're out of the FA Cup. But that loss to Manchester City, if it did teach us anything, when we go toe-to-toe with these guys with a fully fit squad, we're going to beat them. We're going to beat them. And this is why we need to go sign midfielders, because one Thomas Partey injury away from having to play Lokonga in the midfield. That is painful. We cannot do that. But yeah, have a good one, people. We're out of here. You already know what it is. Kitty G on Egal Talks Football. I'm out of here. Big up to my guy, Matt, in the chat. Hope you're doing well, bro. Everyone, you guys have yourselves a wonderful day. We'll catch you guys. Hopefully we can win the Prem and the Europa League. That would be amazing. That would be amazing. Maybe even the Champions League in the future. Let's see. For now, I'll bid you guys adieu. Peace out, people.